Fala aí galera, eu sou Austin e bem-vindo ao Portuguese 2.0. Welcome to the channel. Today I will be telling you about basic verb conjugations in present simple for regular verbs. That essentially means that we're teaching verb forms like I eat, you speak, they open. We're using 3 verbs, so I'm going to teach you how to change those verb forms to match the pronoun who is speaking or who it's about, the subject, and the verb tense. So in this case, present tense. All right, let's check it out.
Institute of Linguistics presents Portuguese 2.0 with Austin Wisdom.
So in Portuguese, we have 3 verb endings, AR, IR, and ER. There is a 4th type, but it's kind of like the weird cousin that you don't see very often, so for this video, we're not going to worry about it. We're also not going to focus on irregular verbs. Those are very important, but we'll save that for another video. So again, today, just the introduction of simple present form verbs that are regular, okay? I'm going to give you some mnemonic devices, a couple of sentences basically that you can memorize to help you remember what letters to put at the end of each verb form rather than using the traditional verb tables that you see so often in classrooms and books. I'm teaching you Brazilian Portuguese. That's what I speak, that's what my wife speaks. I love Portugal, but their Portuguese is very different from what I learned and from what I've been speaking for the past 5 or 6 years. So that's what I'm focusing on today. The first verb form that we're working on is the first person singular, being I. So I speak, I eat, I open, with our 3 example verbs. Eu is I, EU, and you pronounce it eu. So eu falo, eu como, eu abro. In this case, it's really simple. You're going to take off the ending, the verb ending AR, ER, IR, and just put the letter O. Our mnemonic device is also simple, and it's this phrase. O. I speak Portuguese. It's a little cheesy, but O, because that's the letter that we're going to put at the end after we take off the verb endings and the pronoun I speak Portuguese. That way you can remember that O goes with I. Eu falo, eu como, eu abro. In Brazilian Portuguese, we don't really use tu, the you form, like we do in Portugal. There are some areas in Brazil that use it, but the majority use você, which is conjugated in the 3rd person singular, which means the same as he or she. So in English, he eats, she eats, you know, whatever verb form we use for that. In Portuguese, that's what we're going to use for você. But the meaning of você is you. So it makes it easier because that's one less verb form that we need. So, você fala, você come, você abre. The same. Ela come, ele fala, ele abre. So the same. You, he, and she are all the same. So that makes it a lot easier. And essentially what we're doing is taking the R off the end of the verb to make this form. Falar becomes fala, comer becomes come, and with the IR it's a little different. We would think there would be an I there, but actually it's also an E in this form of the verb. So it's a little easier. So you just have 2 forms. Você fala, ele come, ela abre. So it's the same for the ER and the IR in this form. Your mnemonic device is you just take off the R. The pronoun you, você, and take off the R. An easy way, right? Moving on to we, in Portuguese, nós. So this O has an accent going up, so it's ó. It's not an O, nos falamos, it's nós falamos. So we want to work on pronunciation while we're learning grammar. If you can't do it perfectly, it's okay, but it's something you should be aware of, and in the future, you should be able to do it. Nós falamos, nós comemos, nós abrimos. In this case, we're taking off those R's again, and we're just adding mos, M-O-S. Falamos, and again, that's an amos, falamos, so it's a bit of a nasal A. That's more for the future though, so don't stress about it now. I'm just letting you know. Nós falamos, nós comemos, and nós abrimos. This one's very straightforward because you take off the R and you add mos. For the IR, it's normal, so abrimos with an I, okay? So don't worry about if it's the same or different. Abrimos is the only verb form where you have the I at the end in the IR verb. And our mnemonic device is mostly we speak Portuguese. MOS, mostly we speak Portuguese. Mos and we. Finally, the last verb form that we're going to teach today is for they and you plural. So they, eles y elas. If it's a group of just women, it's elas. If it's a group of just men or it's mixed together, you can say eles for they. In English, it's the same, but in Portuguese, there is an important difference. And also, you in the plural form. In the South, I'm from Alabama, we say y'all. So in this case, it would be vocês. So you just add an S to você, vocês, ele, eles, ela, elas. It's really easy to make that pronoun. So we're just going to take off the R and add an M. It's very simple. Eles falam, elas abrem, vocês comem. So hopefully you're noticing the pronunciation for this M at the end of the word is very different from English. Only when it happens at the end of the word. We're going to change the pronunciation. Don't say falam, comem, abrim. That at the end of the word does not happen with that M in Portuguese, okay? Only at the end of the word. So it's kind of like an N sound that disappears. Falam, comem, abrem. So I'm kind of pushing up with my tongue at the at the end. It's a weird sound, it's different, but it's very important for trying to sound more like a native speaker. If you say comem, they should understand you, so it's not a problem. Don't be embarrassed, just use it. If that's the best you can do, don't worry about it. But as you continue to improve and work on pronunciation, that will be very important. And with they, our little sentence you can say is they make money. So that M, they make money with the pronoun they. Eles, you're taking off the R, adding an M at the end. Remember that different pronunciation. So thank you so much for watching. We are so excited to be working with you guys on your journey with Portuguese. Please like this video, comment below, tell me why you're learning Portuguese, how long you've been studying it. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? And if you're really not sure, why am I studying Portuguese? Let me just tell you, it has changed my life. After I met my friends from Brazil, I had studied Portuguese. I was just kind of like, okay, I'll go on vacation there. But after meeting Brazilian people, I just have to tell you, they're so amazing, very hospitable, and they treated me like family. So that really made me want to continue to learn the language and get to the level of fluency that I have today. Next week, I will be in Brazil on location, so I won't be in the studio, but I'll be bringing you guys some video content from Brazil, from a beautiful city called Balneário Camboriú in Santa Catarina in southern Brazil. It's like paradise, beaches and mountains and beautiful skyscrapers. You guys would love it there. So make sure to join me for the next video. Again, if you subscribe, click the bell to get some notifications about when we launch our next videos. Keep practicing your Portuguese, and I'll see you next time. Até logo. Abraço. Tchau.